Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another video, everybody. In this video, we're going to be doing another story time. This is, what is this, day number 8 of story times. Very, very excited for this one, and, this one's going to be a little bit of an interesting one, and a little bit of a sadder one. Well, not really sad, but just, one of the more painful experiences that I've had growing up. So, in the last few videos, I talked about how, a lot of times I was a pretty crazy child growing up. Like, I wasn't a bad kid, but I was still kind of like, I was kind of all over the place. I was a bit of like a gremlin child. I was very, I don't know. I used to do like some pretty crazy things sometimes, And so, basically, there was a thing about me, and that was when I used to go to parties. I ended up somehow always getting hurt. Literally every time I went to like a family party or like a house party or anything, I would always end up getting hurt somehow. And, this was definitely not good. This was definitely not good because a lot of times when I got hurt, something also got broken. So if you guys remember, one story I talked about specifically in the series earlier on is a car accident, and it wasn't the one that I almost died in, but it was a different one. It was the more peaceful car accident where I was in the car with my family friend, and this girl is actually involved in this next story that I tell here. So basically, I was a lot of parties happened at this girl's house. She was our neighbor and our family friend. So yeah, often we used to like go to parties with her, and we were very, very close. And at a lot of these parties, I used to like end up getting like hurt very, very badly. It was a little embarrassing, but at that time I was a very like young kid, so I didn't really like care. So one thing in specific was I remember one time I was actually I was upstairs in her room, and we were hanging out, and something pretty wild happened. So basically, I don't know what this person's doing, by the way. Yeah, you go away. So basically, one time we were hanging out, and I did a flip. I literally did a front flip on her bed, and I broke the wall. I literally just straight up broke the wall, and this experience was absolutely surreal, okay? Because I was like, I don't know, I didn't even feel it, but it was still not good, because obviously, breaking the wall at someone's house is not a good thing, okay? It's definitely not something you want to do. It's definitely like, it's not a good look. I remember another time I like threw something down the stairs in accident. It was like a little doll or something, and I broke that as well. And that time I didn't get hurt, but her parents got mad at me. Anyways, I wasn't a bad kid, but I did a lot of stupid things, and, as you can tell, these are some of them, okay? They're definitely not like the greatest things I could have done. And oh my god, I'm not really warmed up for this game right now, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, nothing really came close to what happened in this story, okay? Nothing came close to the fact that I nearly broke my back doing something. I literally almost broke my back, and I don't even know how this happened. And I think the craziest part about the story is it's like one of the one times I wouldn't even blame myself. I genuinely don't think this experience was like my fault whatsoever. I think I was just kind of there at the wrong place in the wrong moment, and it was not good. It was definitely not good. So with that being said, let me actually get into the story. Let's talk about what actually happened, because it was very painful and very, very scary as well. As I said, this is a house party, so for some context, my parents were upstairs and I was downstairs with the kids. So what normally happened at these house parties is like the parents would talk and drink upstairs, and the kids would like, the kids would be downstairs in the basement or hanging out somewhere else. So we were just hanging out in the basement, and I was definitely like one of the youngest kids. Keep in mind, there was a lot of different age groups here. There was maybe like kids that were like 6, 7. There was some kids, and this because this was a family party, not like a college party. It was very different, different age groups. And basically, because of that, like, there was some kids that were older. Like, one kid was in high school at this point. 2 kids were in high school, actually. And they were, like, taking care of, like, some of the younger kids and making sure everyone was okay and stuff. And all those good things. So, with that being said, basically, while one of these kids was taking care of us, I was just sitting on the ground, and I was having a good time. We were all eating and just chilling. And one of the older kids turned on the treadmill. Now, the way this treadmill was positioned was like, it was like right on top of like it was like right next to a wall. So there was a treadmill, there was a little bit of open space in the back, and then there was like a wall like right behind it, right after. And I think you can kind of tell where I'm going with this story. So the treadmill was going full speed, and at this point I didn't know. I was a young kid. I didn't really know what a treadmill was, and well, I knew what it was, but I didn't know how it worked. I'd never been on one, and I'd always been kind of scared of them because treadmills can be very, very, very intimidating. If you've ever been on a treadmill, you know treadmills can be a little bit scary. So basically, this kid was on this treadmill, and I was kind of just watching, and I made the poor mistake of putting my back foot on the treadmill. I put my foot on the treadmill, and I instantly ran off. Like, I ran off the treadmill, and I like fell on the ground, and I got stuck. Like, my back got stuck between the treadmill and the wall. So at this point, like, oh my god, this person needs to leave me alone, dude. Okay, it's just not working. He had so many fireballs. That was terrible. I was literally just stuck against it, and the treadmill was pushing down against my back, literally. And it was like I felt like I was having like a seizure, but it wasn't like a seizure. It was me not being able to move while constantly being like run, like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the treadmill's running down my back and hurting me over and over every second, and it was on max speed. And you can just imagine, this sounds extremely painful. It was. I mean, this was not good because I couldn't even move. And after a few seconds, like, the kid was able to turn off the treadmill and slow it down, but at that point the damage had already been done. My entire back was hurting so bad, and everything was so bruised, and I felt like dying, dude. It was actually like one of the worst experiences of my entire life. Right after that, my parents quickly took me to the ER. The good thing is that, like, this was like a family friend party. This wasn't like a college or high school party. So my parents were upstairs, and it was like a bunch of people in the neighborhood as well. My parents like quickly drove me to the ER, and luckily I was okay, because it could have been very, very, very bad. I'm just glad the guy turned off the treadmill when he could. I just want you guys to keep in mind, like, I was a young kid, and I also weighed a lot less. At this point in my life, I was very, very underweight as well, so I was like a stick. Okay, I was super skinny, and this made it even more dangerous for me, because I was like very easily taking damage. You know, I was very weak. Physically, I wasn't super strong. I was fast. I was a fast kid, but I wasn't strong. So it could have been really, really bad, and I'm just glad that I ended up being okay, because it was one of the most scariest experiences of my life. And even though it was only like for a few seconds, it felt like a very, very long time. Like, it felt like I was in pain for a very long time. But yeah, I mean, my whole back was bruised, but luckily I was okay. There was no like permanent damage or anything. That's pretty much what happened. That was the story with me almost breaking my back, which is interesting story to say the least. One thing I'll say is, after that day, I almost never got hurt at parties again. That was like kind of the arc that kind of convinced me to mature as a kid and be more careful, because it was definitely not like, it was not good. It was not good at all. But after that moment, I was very, very safe at parties. I never got hurt again. I stopped being like the psycho kid that got hurt everywhere. But anyways, that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys made it to the end of this video, comment the word treadmill. Comment treadmill. I'm gonna heart every single comment that says the word treadmill within the first 24 hours, because I want to see you made it to the end. But anyways, with that being said, let's quickly end off this game. I just need to find this gray guy. Last guy is right here. Come on, just fight me, dude. Come on, let's go. And thank you guys. Make sure to comment treadmill. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out. Bye.